Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brien Hanley, along with Tim Fitzgerald. Welcome back to Big 12 Insiders. Today, Big 12 Insiders, it is game day. Me and Fitz are picking the games of this weekend, week 9. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have the splash of last weekend, but Fitz, the games are good.
Yeah,
there are some good football games. I don't think people should take this weekend lightly at all. There is very good football games within the Big 12 conference. And again, there's some games in here that you're going to separate contenders from pretenders.
yeah.
That's basically what I'm going to say. It's going to be an interesting weekend, Fitz.
And we had to wait through last weekend to have any clue what this weekend's game of the week will be.
Yeah.
Because all these games have a feeling of equal stakes for the teams here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be an entertaining weekend. I know that. And we have Big 12 After Dark, so I can fail once again to see the end of a game. But I'm going to do my best, particularly if Colorado plays well. I'm not going to make it to the end of the game, but I just wanted to sound tough.
One thing that I can assure fans of this weekend, this is the weekend of the Hanley Halloween party.
Yes.
So there is a 100% chance that you are going to get a video or two of me in my Halloween costume. And I guarantee you I will make it to the end of the game because the Hanley Halloween party gets absolutely insane. So
I have a question. Are you going to reveal what that costume is before?
Nope. No revealing, Fitz. No revealing.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. No revealing.
I'm just going to point out here as your partner in crime that this site is finally beginning to get some traction. So do not come on here dressed as the naughty nurse, revealing too much.
No.
Do some videos.
No, I can tell you it's not going to be that. It won't be that. But I'll have a visitor. I'll say that. I will take a picture with a visitor. Should be funny.
Okay.
Either way, it's going to be a good weekend all around. So speaking of good weekends, wasn't good weekends for picking last week. Fitz was 3-3. I was 2-4. I took some chances. I'm going to take some more this week. But yeah, it wasn't a great weekend for the year. Fitz is 19-17. I'm 21-15. So again, don't take our betting advice. Would not be wise. We are picking these games for fun. So make sure you are doing the responsible thing. But let's get into these, Fits. Again, no Friday football. Thank goodness. No Friday football. Saturday, Oklahoma State going to Texas Tech.
I'm going with Tech. I got my pick in.
Minus 38.5. I mean, I don't know. I would guess Baron Morton sits out this week too. If he sat out last week, you might as well sit this one out. I don't know. Maybe he'll come back to get. We'll see. But I got a feeling Tech might take out some anger on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Give me Tech. This one's easy.
Yeah, no doubt. I do wonder about the spread with playing the backup quarterback. If they put up that many points, but this is such a mismatch. I have to. If KU or Baylor, when they were really bad, was a 38.5 point favorite or underdog, I don't seem to recall it ever being that bad.
I don't either.
I don't remember a plus 30 line.
No.
Oh my gosh, this is ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. But it is what it is. It just is what it is, people. So we will see. That one's an easy game. That one's easy. Now we go. TCU goes to West Virginia. Look, TCU's favored by 15.5. On the road. In most years, I would say going to West Virginia is tough, Fitz.
Yeah.
I don't think this year it's that tough. Again, they can't find a quarterback. TCU is still in it. Look, they're still in it. I know they got 2 losses, but last week changed everything for basically everybody. So 2 losses, you're not out of it, man. You are absolutely not out of it. This thing can get weird in a hurry. in the Big 12 Conference. So TCU's still playing for stuff. That was a big win for them last week. I think this one's they're 3 touchdowns better than West Virginia.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. And speaking of lines, I don't think they gave enough points here.
No,
I think
I don't either.
Rolls in this. I think their offense will be too much for West Virginia. No matter how hard the Mountaineers play, I don't think they have the defense to stop this.
And West Virginia will play hard. That's the thing. They will play hard. And it may not be a blowout early, but 15.5, I'm going to take my chances on that. So moving on, Colorado. This is, again, Saturday football after dark. Colorado going to Utah. Utah coming off, they're smarting off that loss, I should say, to BYU. Colorado with a week off. I think this one might be closer than what people think. It's 12.5, but here's the thing. If Utah decides it wants to get mad and just get physical and run the football, we haven't really seen Colorado stand up to that this year. It definitely not consistently and against good competition. Even the win over Iowa State ran the ball for almost 250 yards. So we'll see what happens here. I'll let you go first on this one, Fitz.
Yeah, part of me thinks Colorado is going to make this a contest. I don't know why, but I can't. That's just kind of a gut feeling, but I can't get myself there. I think Utah just up front is going to manhandle them. Even with an injured quarterback, limited, I just think Utah is just too physical for Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the same thing. 12.5. I don't think they maybe they don't blow them out, but 2 touchdowns to 17 points. I think Utah's better than Colorado by that amount. So give me the Utes in this game. Now moving on, Kansas State, 16 wins in a row over Kansas. Does the streak end? Kansas is favored by 2.5. Kansas has been the better football team the last 2 years. Hasn't mattered. They've made the mistake near the end of the game. That's cost them. It's at home. They got a quarterback that's playing outstanding football. New stadium. If they can't beat them this year, Fitz, when do they beat them?
That's a great point. I mean, unless whoever they bring in to replace Jalen Daniels, assuming he's not back for a 7th season and with an AARP NIL deal, I don't know when they're going to get this done. I just don't, because next year will be in Manhattan. K-State might be doing some rebuilding. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm going with KU. I think they're going to end it right here and now.
See, I'm not. I'm going with Kansas State, and I'll tell you why. The same thing has basically happened the last 2 years. Is KU has been the better football team.
Yep.
The game gets tight at the end of the game. KU makes a mistake to lose.
Yep.
I think the same thing is going to happen. And here's the thing. I get it. These kids have not been around for all 16 losses, but that weighs on your mind. And the game is going to get close and near the end. And if it gets tight, what's going to get tight on KU. And I think they just make a silly mistake. And I think K-State capitalizes and wins the football game. I think KU's better. I do. I think they are the better football team. I just don't think they win. I don't think they – but here's the thing. I won't be surprised, but Lord have mercy. If you can't win this year when K-State has basically stunk all year long and you are clearly the better team, if you can't win this year, I don't know when you do.
Yeah.
Gee, Christmas.
True.
2.5 points at home, but give me K-State.
So my basic philosophy with this game is they fit together really interestingly. I mean, K-State isn't great at running the ball. KU is great to run the ball on. How's that work out? You can go down the list of things, but I keep coming back to this. One of these quarterbacks is going to play really well. And maybe it's because the defense gets him the ball back. Maybe it's because his receivers make great plays, great catches, but someone's going to get their team going. And as we sit here today, as much of a fan of Avery Johnson I am, I think Jalen Daniels is the better quarterback, more experienced. He's learned from the disaster of last year. He's cut down on his turnovers drastically, particularly interceptions. if he screws this one up, it's going to screw up his legacy permanently and Lance Leipold's legacy if he departs. And I don't want to get into that right now. This will hang over him. And I think a lot of KU fans get riled up if he loses a 5th year in a row. So this is huge. I think KU does do it, though. I think Jalen Daniels rises to the moment, makes the play.
Just something to throw out there for people that are looking at this game another way. 56.5 is the over-under on this. If I were a betting man, I would be taking the over. I would be taking the over, and they'll be halfway to that by halftime, man. I'm telling you right now. I think that game's going to be an absolute track meet. So
could be.
Next game, I think this one is not getting enough attention, even within the conference. I think it needs to get more attention. Baylor going to Cincinnati. I've said this before. Cincinnati beat Iowa State and hasn't looked great since. They've won the games, and they even blew out Oklahoma State last week. But if you watched it, you're like, yeah, it took a couple of things for you to, 100-yard interception return. Oklahoma State went up and down the field running the football on you, and it wasn't just garbage yardage like, oh, they're getting blown out, they're just letting them run. No. It was when the game was still in balance, and I don't know. Baylor going to Cincinnati minus 5.5. I'll take this one first. Fitz, give me Baylor.
Oh my gosh.
Give me Baylor. I know the Bearcat fan, I love them, and they've started to love me. But I'm gonna crush their hearts. I'm gonna go with Baylor. I think Baylor, because I think this one is a track meet. I think this one, the score, 66.5 is the over-under. I think this one gets out of hand that way, and I think Baylor, they win a shootout. I just think they do.
I do too, but I feel like I should pick Cincinnati now. I know. I think Baylor wins. I think their offense is going to be too much for Cincinnati.
Yep.
And Baylor's back's against the wall.
It is.
So we'll see. It's not that I don't think Cincinnati is a good team. I just think this is going to be one of those Big 12 games.
Yep.
I can't count on a thing. And I think Baylor gets this done. Their offense.
Because I actually think Cincinnati is good, but it's Big 12 football, man. It's just Big 12 football. And I've been saying it the last 3 weeks. The Big 12 will Big 12. And when it does, this is one of those games that I'm talking about. So I like the Baylor Bears to go to Cincinnati and win. Next up, Houston going to Arizona State. Now, look, Arizona State, this is one of those games. Houston coming off a big win at home. They were evenly matched against Arizona. They needed to win that game to get to where they want to go. They won it. Now they go on the road. Arizona State, gigantic win over Texas Tech. Now they have Houston. It's kind of like both teams may be letting a letdown coming, but for Houston, I don't think the letdown is there because they're like, if we win this game, they got an opportunity to get to the Big 12 title game. Now, Arizona State, clearly they do too, so let's not kid ourselves, but it could be a letdown. I don't know, Fitz, 6.5 at home. I'll let you dive into this one first, but I think it's a good football game that we're going to see.
I do too. And what a difference between the head coaches.
Yeah.
The grizzled veteran and the young upstart. There's great storylines. But this defines Big 12 football. 2 years ago, we would have never thought this game would be important.
Correct.
And even at the start of the year, we thought Houston would be improved, but this improved. So I'm going with Arizona State. I think the way they played last week wasn't flukish. They got back to business, got back to being physical, and Sam Leavitt being their guy. And I'm going to go with Arizona State.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I know the game. I think the game is going to be close, closer than maybe what some people think. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that think that Arizona State's just going to blow them out, and I don't see it that way. I don't see Arizona. I see Arizona State winning, but I don't see them blowing them out. Now, again, it's Big 12 football. We could absolutely be wrong, but I just don't see it that way. The only thing that I would say is I'm not sure that Houston can put up the points against that Arizona State defense. That's why I'm not sure that Houston's going to be able to score, because how they move the football, Arizona State's really good at defending the run. I mean, they're second best in the conference, and so Houston runs it, and that's their thing. They've run the football, but Arizona State doesn't. They're pretty stingy on the ground, Fitz, and I think that's going to be the difference, because if you force Houston to have to throw it, I don't think they have the playmakers, and I think Arizona State's defensive line gets after them.
I agree. I totally agree. And, the loser of this game has got a hard road ahead to try to get back into it. So there's some real stakes here. But this is a typical Big 12 game. Teams you just don't expect that, it's kind of the 2 seasons upstart schools now, the ones that we didn't see being this good. So I'm all in. I'm all in on watching this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, in my opinion, and probably a lot of people's opinion, the best game of the weekend in the Big 12, BYU coming off that big win at home over Utah, travels to Iowa State, who was off. Look, Iowa State's favored in this football game, -2.5. Iowa State is still smarting because they believe that they have an opportunity. I mean, again, 2 losses, I don't think knocks you out. Last week, Fitz, you thought 2 losses kept people out depending on who won the games. But the exact opposite happened, and now 2 losses, you're right in the middle of this. I mean, you are definitely not out of this thing. So, there's Iowa State. I'll let you hit this one first, but again, big football game, man.
Man, Iowa State, they're up against it. This is it. 3 losses does do it. The 2-loss thing, what's interesting, what I hate about the tiebreakers is if you have 2 losses, you're better off losing to crappy teams that aren't in the tiebreaker with you.
100%.
So you have worse losses, but you advance. That makes sense.
Which is wild, right?
I don't like the way Iowa State's playing. I think maybe people have caught on a little bit here. They did have a week off, but I'm going BYU.
Gotcha. BYU, again, coming off a big win. Iowa State, week off. BYU fans, look, I've been doubting BYU for 2 years. And BYU fans, I said, eventually I'm going to have to give them their due. I'm going to have to stop doubting them. And I don't know if I'm doubting them so much to thinking that they're not a good football team, because I've always thought they were a good football team, Fitz. I just thought in those games, people were going to be better. I still think that. I think Iowa State wins. I think Iowa State, like you said, Fitz, their back is against the wall. And I think this is their opportunity. This is their opportunity to go win a football game. They're at home. Jack Trice is going to be absolutely bananas. And I think they win a football game. And BYU fans are right now, they are jumping for joy. They are happy because they're like, yes, Big B. And all week in all the comments, Fitz, they have said, keep doubting us, Big B. Don't root for us. Don't pick us. They have been so happy. I'm giving you your wish, BYU fans. I'm doing the same thing. And again, it's not that I don't think BYU is a good team, because I do. I think they're a great team. I think they are a great team. But sometimes great teams lose. And I keep saying they're going to lose. Maybe one day I'll be right. I don't know. This week might be that week. I'm going with Iowa State, Fitz.
Well, that'd shake up the conference. I guess it makes sense. That's what this conference is all about. As soon as you think you got something figured out, no, you don't.
Right.
But yeah, this is a fun week. The stakes aren't as high as last week, but this is an awfully fun week. Like K-State KU game, as of now, has no impact on the Big 12 race.
Correct.
But what an interesting matchup of a rivalry. It's going to be a fun one. So yeah, I'm locked in for all day Big 12 viewing.
Yeah, the Baylor Cincinnati game, that's the one. That's the one, Fitz, that people I don't think it's getting enough pub, because again, Baylor lost last week. You look at Baylor's record. Now that I sit here and try to find it here. Yeah, Baylor 2-2. They're 4-3 on the season. I still think Baylor has something left in the tank. I
do
still
too.
think they do. And I could be totally wrong. I think they still have something left in the tank. And it's unfortunate that it may come at the Bearcats' expense, but maybe not. I mean, Cincinnati, look, I think this is one of those games where people are going to look at, because a lot of people have said, well, who has Cincinnati beaten? Well, they beat Iowa State. Well, I've called Iowa State a fraud.
Yeah.
So, who have they beaten? And you look and it's like, okay, well, now you start getting into their schedule: Baylor, Utah, Arizona, BYU, TCU. You go through that. Okay. But this is the beginning of that. So we'll see what they're made of. I think that one's getting a little bit overlooked this week. But I don't want to overlook the importance of what's going to happen in Ames, Iowa. I think that one is a big game. It's nationally, just everything involved. That's a big game.
I know. It's going to be a fun day. I'm fired up for it.
Yep.
I'm not going covering a game because I got guys that were all going to be around there. So they're covering it. You and I are going to do a show together. It's going to be a good day. And hopefully you're dressed as the Viking King, whatever you're going to be on the show. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a little early, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've got Halloween costumes for days, so don't worry. I mean, I might do 3 wardrobe changes throughout the day, man. So gonna be a fun day, man. Gonna be a fun day.
Don't dress up as what are they, the Teletubbies? One time on my former show, The Drive, we were based out of Lawrence the first 9 years, and I'm a big fella, or I was bigger then. So they always had to find me a XXX costume that would fit me, because I wasn't there to try it on. So I just show up. They made me the purple Teletubby one year, and it was absolutely hysterical. Just sitting at a table with KU guys as a purple Teletubby. They still have that photo and they use it against me.
It's awesome. That is awesome. Well, I appreciate everybody, man. Again, should be a very, very interesting day on Saturday. Tomorrow, game of the week. We'll talk about that. I'll break all that down, the keys to victory and all that good stuff. BYU traveling to Iowa State. Make sure you guys tune in to that. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to be an incredible week. I can't wait to get this thing going. Thank you guys, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.